Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So to start off, I moisturize my face with the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, and I outline the bottom of my brows and my tails with the e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. And I feel like mermaids have a little bit more of that like natural, like thicker, real hairy type of eyebrows. So that's what I tried to accomplish. To further like fill in my tails, I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dual Brow Powder in dark brown, and then I used a BH Cosmetics V10 brush for that. And then I set with the Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara, and the shade is Brownie Browns. After that, I outlined the bottom of my brow using the L'Oreal True Match in Warm Fair Light, and I just used the e.l.f. concealer brush. It's synthetic, so I like it better, and my eyebrows are more straight, so it works perfectly for me. To prime my eyes, I used the Maybelline Master Conceal in 20 Light for my eyeshadow primer. I blended it out with my fingers to warm it up, and then further blended it out with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. I got a little bit ahead of myself, but one of the things I really wanted to do is create a depth to my eye. So I started off using an ItsmyRayeRaye BH Cosmetics No. 7 brush, and I used the shade Pancake from the BH Cosmetics ItsmyRayeRaye palette. And I just did it like, I just elongated the top of my eye, if that makes sense, and just kept going back and forth because I wanted to create like a shadow, like my eyes were a lot more deep set. That color, it was working really well, but I wanted it to be a little bit more cool tone, so it looked like my eyes were actually like that. So I went in with the, they don't even have names, but I'm gonna just call it the Ashy shade from the Bella Pure contour kit. And then, so like I said, I didn't think it through, so I went straight to do my face first before I did my eyes. So to counteract the darkness underneath my eyes, I used the Makeup Forever 5 Camouflage Cream Palette, and I use that peach undertone because it's really good with canceling out my dark circles and my blemishes. For foundation, I used the NYX Total Drop Foundation in Golden, and I blended it in with the Real Techniques sponge. I didn't show it, but I built it up a little bit for coverage. For the inside of my face, after that's all blended out, I used the Black Radiance Color Perfect Liquid Makeup in Caramel Butterscotch. And just because the Total Drops is a little bit too dark for me, so this combination worked perfectly. So I don't know if I was just having super bad bags or what, but I had to use the Maybelline Fit Me in 25 Medium for my under eyes. I blended it in with the Real Techniques Beauty Sponge, just kind of like the rest of my face, but I went in with a little bit more just because, like I said, it was looking a little dark and I wanted the eyeshadow to pop, so I didn't want darkness under my eyes to be distracting. I set my under eyes with the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder, and I did especially in my T-zone, so my forehead, sides of my nose, my chin, and then I swiped away that powder with the ItsmyRayeRaye No. 1 brush, which is real fluffy. So even though I was doing like the scale look for this, because like Mermaid, I still wanted to give myself some guidelines, so I used the ItsmyRayeRaye BH Cosmetics palette, used the shade Mocha on a LA Colors contour brush, and just did the slightest of lines. And then for my nose, I used a dupe oval brush to like really blend out those contour lines.
Ouch! I'm sure you can hear that loud and proud in that video. Didn't think this through, huh? Ow, I just hit myself on the eye. How the fuck is it supposed to fit on anyone's head if it can't even fit on my face? I have to cut it and use it like a stencil.
So I ended up cutting the wig cap because my big old head, it wouldn't even fit. I used the Nicka K New York Perfect 23 Matte Colors palette and a Wet n Wild brush. They don't have names. I'm pretty sure it's like a contour brush, but I used like this pretty blue shade for the outside. I wanted the outside to be the darkest. The next color in, I used a purple shade from that same Nicka K palette and another Wet n Wild brush that has no name, but it's more of like a really fluffy, maybe like crease brush. And then for the final purple shade, I wanted it to be the lightest. I used the Lorac Color Source Blush in Ultraviolet, and I used some random synthetic brush. So this is where it gets like a little bit repetitive, so I use the same synthetic brush that I used for the very bottom of like the scales. I used that, I don't know, I just felt like I had to do my nose. I was really freehanding this, honestly. I used the same brush and the same shade for my contour, and I did it like the blue on the bottom, and then I put like, honestly, I couldn't even see, as you can see, like I was looking into a mirror, so When I ended up taking it off anyways, it blended together to make purple, so it looked like I did contour anyways. And then I blended out the scales a little bit at the end. For my nose, I feel like it needed to look more scaly, so I used the Just Color Pro Glow Baked Highlighter and Unicorn Dust, and this is my favorite. It was only like $4 from Beauty Supply. But yeah, I kept deepening up my nose contour so that way it's kind of like my nose and my eyes like looked a little bit more like deep set. Yeah, my camera or my phone had died and didn't tell me that I was about to die in the middle of this. That's why it's about to be a get ready with me and not a tutorial. But I used the pink shade from the Nicka K palette and an ItsmyRayeRaye number 6 brush, and I built up the color. And then to get in my crease, I used that same Morphe B81 brush. And then after I did that, I cut my crease with the flat synthetic brush with that L'Oreal concealer I used earlier. With an ItsmyRayeRaye number 9 brush, and from the Juvia's Place palette, this pretty sparkly blue color. It doesn't have a name. I used that for the inside of my lid. For the middle of my lid, I used a synthetic brush in a BH Cosmetics Weekend Festival palette. I used the shade Trance. And then for the outside of my eyes, I used the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette using the shade Sugared Violet for the outside with a number 9 brush. And then I deepened it going back in. That's what I meant, going back in with the Morphe B81 brush. I was really stunned after my phone died, so I didn't finish the look. The only thing that's different is I added a little bit of teal from that Juvia's Place palette on the my temples. But thank you for watching. Before you know it, I'll be back with another video.